Well, hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
And I'm Michael Mandel, and as you saw from our title, this show is entitled Breakfast Martini. The reason I'm doing this is because I was at a little gathering. It wasn't a gathering, it was a protest at the Islamic Center on, I think it's Wednesday. And there I saw that, well, aside from the fact that it was a politically strong showing, I saw the Cauthons, who are really good volunteers on things, and they've been watching their show for a long time, and they love the drinks, and they said, did you ever try a breakfast martini? I said, well, I've seen it, but I've never tried it, because you put marmalade in it. So because of Ron and Violet Cauthon, we're doing a breakfast martini today. So I'm using Dale de Graaf's recipe, which was the original recipe made in England. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon, which I've squeezed. Look, here's my squeezer there.
That's gonna really make it tart, isn't it?
Tart? This is Cointreau, which is kind of lemon and orange flavor. But, oh, there's a little too much in here, so here, I drink that. Mark's gonna drink that.
Well, let me see how sweet this is.
See how sweet that is. And
it's bloody sweet.
all my other gins have a lot of flavor, and even Beefeater, I thought, which is a good standard one, has too much of the juniper, so I want to get a calmer thing. And somebody, a friend of yours,
mentioned New
this.
Amsterdam.
No, he actually bought it for me, I think. Dave Zeman, for some reason, gave it to me. And we have that, and the coup
de grace.
Coup de grace.
Yeah.
We're going to do. We got, just for you, Mark, I went to the health food store. You know, I found the directions on my GPS. So
Well, it's a very good brand, sir. I know you
and
don't
I
go
know
there
you
very
like this
often.
stuff. No, I never would go there because
Too healthy.
it's health. And you can't gain weight if you use health. So a teaspoon of marmalade. So you can get that in there.
That's a good brand of marmalade.
It is. So, you know, I don't want anything to make this any odder than it is. I had a drink like this at the Sunset Grill the other night, which just had, I did Cointreau and gin because I wanted something to kick it up. It turned out pretty good. So with just marmalade added and also lemon juice, we will see.
To balance the Cointreau.
And one of these things, and you got to really shake this because
Get that marmalade.
marmalade, you hear the ice saying, no, no, too much marmalade. Can you hear that? I put it on my microphone.
Okay.
You know, if I were standing up, you'd get all this great hip movement. So, but we're not. Okay. Move your glass over.
So now,
And
you know the marmalade is going to sink to the bottom.
well, then we better drink it fast.
Yeah, strain it fast.
We're going to strain it. Put them both here. So, I made one recipe, so we're going to have like a half of a.
You're going to get all the marmalade.
No, I'm not, because oh, look.
Maybe none of us are.
Maybe it's really.
You broke it all up, Michael.
Maybe it's strained.
And the big pieces are probably stuck, and they're not going to go through the sieve.
No. Remember when we did a gin, a Ramos gin fizz? We did egg whites. Cheers.
Cheers. Breakfast martini.
Martini.
Mm.
Wow.
That
That's
lemon
pretty
juice
good.
really does.
Lemon juice is a little
Cuts
strong,
that Cointreau.
but the marmalade softens it up.
Yeah, even a little bit more marmalade wouldn't have hurt.
I think so. I think so. It's a little burst, you know. I have an alternative recipe. You see any marmalade in the
No.
bottom? I don't see it. No.
You pulverized it.
There's a little bit. There's maybe one or two.
It's completely macerated.
Okay, so we are saying thank you, Cauthons, who spend their lives drinking breakfast martinis. They wake up in the morning, go to the country club, order their breakfast martini.
Yeah, you know, as good as this is, I've got to say, Michael, it's not just for breakfast anymore.
It's pretty good if you happen to have marmalade in your bar.
Yes.
So it's been a busy week.
It's been a busy
life
week.
is exciting.
And it's going to be a busy month.
It's really tasty.
It's going to, because February is for the Love of Art Month here in Las Cruces and Doña Ana County.
We love art. Let me just state that we love art all year long.
We do.
The Art Forms group picked February because February isn't busy enough with Black Lives Matter week or month.
It's Black History Month.
Is it also Women's Month or is that next month? I think it's this month. I don't know. It's a lot of things this month.
Yes, and for the Love of Art Month is happening right here in Las Cruces. There's going to be art events all over town for the entire month, especially on the weekends, as it turns out. So downtown is where it seems to be centralized.
Need some more drink?
I'm fine for now, I think. And so, for the Love of Art Month, art galleries all over town, events happening downtown at the Brannigan Cultural Center.
We're having a poetry reading somewhere, I don't remember.
Yes. And also, in keeping with the arts,
Yes.
the Las Cruces International Film Festival is coming up next month. And that's going to be bigger and better than ever.
What are the dates of that?
And I don't know, but I think
Like
we've got an interview with Michael Evans,
Oh, maybe he'll say it.
who is, I think, the artistic director and the marketing manager of it.
Are we going to cut into that?
We're going to roll into that.
Okay.
This interview was taken at the
Glen Cutter Gallery.
Glen Cutter Gallery for the poster revealing party that they had last week.
I do have a copy of the poster. We could bring it next week.
Yes,
And
I
put
do.
it up instead of the TV set.
We could do that.
We could do that.
Because we're going to promote the film festival up all the way through it,
Yes.
and we'll be actually there with our cameras at the film festival this year. And if that roll-in is ready,
Are you ready?
we can look at it.
Yeah.
And
It's so we could gear up for our next drink.
that's right.
I'm liking this a lot.
Well, we're here at the poster unveiling party for the Las Cruces Film Festival. Standing with me is Mike Evans. And what's your function here today, Mike?
I'm the marketing and communications director for the film festival.
All right. Is this basically the first event of the festival?
This is the kickoff, so we do our official poster release, which is a local artist who has painted a beautiful design that we use as our basis moving forward through the festival.
And we're going to see the unveiling of it here officially in a little while, right?
Probably in about an hour.
Okay, and it's not the same poster as the one behind us, is it?
It is not. That is our logo. So we have it's a limited edition, beautiful piece of fine art that is available to the public. It's available to our sponsors. It's available to people here tonight that are paying a $25 fee to get into our festival. They get a ticket to get one of the limited edition posters and a chance to purchase VIP tickets for $100 instead of $150.
Excellent. So if somebody saw the poster online or on my show and wanted to get one for themselves, they could buy one, right?
They could buy one by going to www.lciffest.com.
And how much are they?
The posters are going for $25 for an unsigned poster. The limited edition posters, which are signed that come with a certificate of authenticity, are $50.
All right. And is the Film Festival a non-profit organization?
The Film Festival is a non-profit organization through NMSU. It is not through the foundation, so it's not a 501c3, but it is considered a non-profit.
So is any money spent on the festival something a person could write off on their taxes?
It is, yes.
Good news. Well, thanks, Michael, for joining us here today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So that's all.
Michael Evans is a great guy.
Love to talk.
The first time I met him, and the breakfast martini is perfect for him. First time I met him, he had glorious blonde hair. He's walking out of a room, and I go, "How was tennis this morning?" He looked like he just came from the courts. He's very athletic.
And so, yeah, the Las Cruces International Film Festival. It's bigger and better. Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory is going to be there. Brandon Fraser, movie star, is going to be there
I just saw Johnny Galecki yesterday.
on TV.
Oh, that's where I saw
That's
him.
where
I
you saw
forget.
him.
You know, we have so many famous people.
And
in
apparently
town.
he's bringing some friends with him.
We're already
Fun
here.
on the show. They're chartering a jet and they're going to land at Las Cruces Airport. And he's going to be hosting an acting seminar while he's here at the Rio Grande Theater. So that's going to be
And
great.
he's been acting a long time because he was
Long
on the
time.
Roseanne show, right?
Yeah, I was a little
He
kid on
was
the
a-
Roseanne
yeah, I
show. He's
know,
been in movies.
amazing. So it's a good job for him.
Right. Now,
What do you got next, Mark?
also speaking of movies,
What is that?
following our show, following our show every weekend this month, Saturday and Sunday, we have the exclusive rights to the documentary film Unfair Game, which is about coyote killing contests that are still legal in this state.
So do you still have your award from when you won one?
No.
No?
And our own state senator Jeff Steinborn has introduced a bill to outlaw coyote hunting contests, killing contests. When you do something like that, you screw up the ecosphere,
Yes, or ecosystem.
Ecosystem, because you wipe out everything that eats the rodents.
I mean, if you kill that many coyotes, you're really, it's sort of like a massacre.
It is a massacre. And
know.
who enjoys something like that, really? I mean, it's just
To kill
slob
things.
hunters, really.
Just
They don't use the pelts anymore. They just kill them.
And
line 'em up?
Nobody's going to eat them.
No, you don't
never
eat
hear
a
about coyote stew, do you?
No, they're at the top of the food chain. Nothing eats them.
Oh, they're full of poison. That any of the rats and
Yes.
and.
So that's Saturday and
rodents
Sunday at 11:30 every weekend this month, right after our show.
You know, if I could get over to a TV set after our show, I could go see it.
You could.
I could go run and see it.
Now, yes,
That's good. And Jeff Steinborn, one of our favorites. Was he ever on the show? He might have been on the show.
he said
He's going to be on the show.
I keep talking to him.
Greg Smith is going to be on the show, I think.
They're all going to be on the show. Mason Small was going to be on the show, but yeah, they get busy and yeah.
Kevin from the SWEC said
Yes.
he'd be on the show.
Right.
I think he did. You said that. We'll get anybody who wants to be on the show. We'll talk to you on the show.
Right now, the governor.
We might be more coherent.
Speaking of bills and things in Santa Fe, the governor, our very own governor, has cut $3.5 million from the Las Cruces public school system budget because the state
just can't
is
make
running
it.
out of money.
We don't have all those oil revenues, although you'd think we would, because Steve Pierce is doing okay, right? He's back in the eastern part of the state where we're doing stuff.
Oh,
we also just got a contract to sell a couple of billions of gallons to ExxonMobil.
Yes.
So that should be coming
Well,
in.
Steve Pierce is doing fine because he's in the oil and gas drilling equipment business.
And also he trucks the stuff, so he's moving it. It's
Right.
moving.
They're still pulling it out of the ground. It's just they're paying less tax on it to the state because the price is lower. So you pay less tax, sales tax.
Actually, gas was cheaper today. It had gone up for a little bit,
Yes.
and now it's getting cheaper again.
Right. So the
that's
school
what-
budget has been cut $3.5 million just in Las Cruces. So you know what always goes first? The arts programs.
Usually arts programs, they also have been talking about cutting hours.
Yes.
So
Going to school later in the day, getting out earlier.
maybe they should just, okay, here, this might be tasteless. Fire the janitors, let the kids do it so they can practice for their new jobs, since they're not going to be able to get good jobs if they don't get a good education. And one of the things we're talking about nationwide is people coming from out of the country because we don't have enough people for IT jobs. And IT jobs, there it is, cut budget. IT jobs takes a good education. You have to get through math,
Computer science.
and then you have to continue working in that in graduate study.
And keep
and
up
that's
with
what you have
it.
to do it. And if you feel comfortable from your high school level and even grade school, you will do better. And for understanding abstract concepts, doing art helps you understand things like that.
It stimulates critical thinking.
Yes.
And now you notice they never cut the sports programs.
No, they should. They are talking about changing what high school football is about. They said they're going to use smaller fields. They're putting more restrictions on them. It's coming up there.
Well,
And
they've gotten rid of the
grass.
grass at the Field of Dreams.
Well, that's good, because those stone football players, they just don't know what the heck they're doing, do they?
So they're going to cut the hours, so there's not only going to be less education, but less time in which to do it.
As well as parents are going to get stuck taking care of their kids.
That's right. Now somebody's
Leave
going
them home alone.
to have to pay for after-school programs just to keep the kids off the streets.
But if you give your child a breakfast martini before he goes to school, I think he should be a little bit more well-behaved, don't you think?
Well, they smoke pot on the way there anyway.
Did you notice at the end of the drink there's a bit of
There's some residue,
marmalade? Did you see
marmalade-y and
that?
residue.
Marmaladed.
Yes.
Anyway, what
Yeah.
else? So yes, one of the things that we need money for, I think education is perhaps the most important thing.
Yeah, meanwhile, the president wants to get rid of the Department of Education.
Yes, and by doing that, he hired somebody who doesn't like education
And is not
except
qualified.
for indoctrination. More indoctrination than education, and all of the things that she did
privatization.
was to cut out public education so that private organizations can make money. And that's up for grabs right now. They're voting on it. It's going to be close. So we'll see.
Right.
Anyway, we got to take a break, I see, and that scissors indicates our break.
So we're going to cut right here. We'll be back after these words with another breakfast martini.
This is our budget, right there. Okay.
Few Americans have ever heard of a practice called wildlife killing contests. This is a practice where predators, particularly coyotes, bobcats, foxes, even wolves, are targeted. The person who kills the most is awarded a gun, a belt buckle, a ribbon.
We're depleting the ecosystem of all the components that lead to a healthy ecosystem and a healthier environment for us to live in.
If we have to exterminate all the native species to ranch, then we probably shouldn't be ranching.
We have an idea of the integrity of nature. We ask people to be mindful of the relationship between humans and wild animals. Both have a job to do.
We're going to lose these beautiful animals, animals that have just as much right to be here as we do.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
Welcome back to Double Talk. Mark Steffen.
Michael Mandel, your bartender at service. We're doing the alternative breakfast martini recipe. So for Ron and Violet, if you're watching, this one is 1.75 or 1 3/4 ounce gin, half an ounce of lemon juice, which I squeezed before, and half an ounce of Cointreau. So this is a heavy gin thing, but according to our tasting just now, we thought it could really use a lot more marmalade. So we put in maybe a little bit more than a teaspoon. And it's always good to shake because, you know, TV is all about action and
that's right,
and listening to rocks cracking.
Well, the marmalade is what makes it a breakfast martini.
Yes. That's it. That's all that does it.
Well, it also could be the time of day in which you're
That's
consuming.
true. It's very pleasant for that time of day.
If you have it with your sweet roll or your
Well,
eggs.
the Dale DeGroff recipe calls for a piece of toast put onto the corner of your drink.
Well, that's just
we didn't do that.
Too precious.
We didn't do that because we figured the butter would get into the drink, and that might be good too.
Should be dry toast.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can put the marmalade on the toast. Swizzle stick.
Oh yeah. Oh, you use the toast as a swizzle stick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, let's see. I didn't shake this as much, so let's see what's going to happen here.
It's basically the same recipe, just in different
More
proportions.
more gin.
And that's always a good thing.
Yeah, well, we're not arguing there. We'd give it to our producer, but he still has to work with heavy machinery in the control room.
He's back pushing buttons, making us look good.
Well, as they say in Scotland when they drink it at the golf course, sláinte.
I like this.
Not bad.
I like the extra gin.
Yeah.
Did you use less Cointreau in this one?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I like it better.
But it's an equal amount of Cointreau
and lemon.
So it's less lemon.
It really balances.
So maybe it just needs a little hint. It's a little hint of it. So this other recipe came from Paul Clark in Cocktail Chronicles.
And the extra marmalade, I think, is good.
We did the extra marmalade. So don't be strict when you do. It says a teaspoon of marmalade.
That's just a base to start from.
Yes, that's pretty good.
Just to taste,
Unless
really.
This darn organic health food marmalade just doesn't have enough sugar in it, because it doesn't really have sugar in it. I mean, it's got fructose.
It's sweet. It's sweetened with grape juice.
And pectin.
So, yes, I wouldn't want a sweeter
pretty
one.
good. No. It works nicely.
That's excellent.
So, gosh, it's a new thing.
Okay.
God.
Now,
if you have extra marmalade, now you know what to do.
You know, our animal shelter here in town, Michael.
Were we just talking about killing coyotes?
We were.
So
and we're segueing into the
saving dogs and cats.
Yes. And
this is a knife, so be careful.
that is a plastic. You can get that on
It's not a
airplane.
plastic knife, it's colored.
It just looks plastic.
We don't say color anymore.
Now our animal shelter is going to expand. They got $1 million to do that with.
Yes.
Somebody donated $500,000 already, and so they've got to come up with $440,000 left. And looks like they're going to get it.
Really?
They're going to expand the
I was
lobby.
going to say, if you do the 40,000, I'll do the 400,000.
You first.
No, you first.
So they're going to expand.
Look at that dog.
They're going to expand the cat population area out toward the front, and
she's been doing. What is her name? Beth
Vesco-Mock.
She's been doing a great job with a lot of opposition from different people. Everybody's got their own opinion about how to take care of the animal population in town. Do you have a list of many? Are you going to mention that list of many different organizations that are trying to help?
There's a great many of them.
Oh, you want me to read it because you think I'm wearing glasses?
Yes.
Animal Protection of New Mexico, a group called Broken Promises. Isn't that why you're still not married?
That's where,
pet organizations.
That's a broken promise you made to your pet.
Action Program for Animals, Coalition for Pets and People. No kill advocacy. You don't kill your pet, you don't kill your people. And the Doñana County Humane Society, which has a good name. And that's pretty much who takes care of that, isn't it? Is it the one that does that shelter?
Yes. They're one of the parties involved.
There's a lot of places.
Stay and neuter program.
Dave Zemont, who we mentioned earlier, works for the dog shelter, doesn't he? And
yes, Safe Haven Animal Sanctuary.
Safe Haven he works for.
There's even the Feral Cat Management Program.
You know, there are a lot of fundraisers throughout the year to help organizations such as these. If you see them advertised, go to them, support them with your donation, and you get in and you get to schmooze and you meet all the muckety-mucks plus cute little dogs.
Yes, well, because they kill thousands of dogs there every year, and
Wow,
cats.
they're trying not to kill them.
And
They don't
rabbits.
say that.
They do. They've killed 50,000 dogs and cats there in the last 6 years. It's a lot.
That's a lot of dogs. Well, I really have to put a wall up.
And people just bring their dog and cat in after they're tired of it, or they say, "Oh, we're moving. We can't take our member of the family with us, or our landlord doesn't let us have it." Well, you knew that when you first got it, and you've been having it illegally. Now you've got to get rid of it because the landlord found out you had it. Well, come on. If you're going to have a dog and cat, live someplace that allows you to have a dog or a cat.
Not many places do. If you're renting, renters, as I well know, don't necessarily like you to have an animal. And sometimes they restrict you to one animal of a certain size, which is good.
That's in an apartment. If you rent a house, usually it's different.
You can have as many goldfish as you want, but you never hear of goldfish ladies. You hear of cat ladies. You don't hear goldfish ladies, do you? I have to feed them.
I guess not.
Actually, when you feed goldfish, it's like this. You're just sprinkling a little stuff into the thing. Of course, when you feed cats, you have to open it.
You have to reach in and grab the goldfish and feed it to the cat.
That's true. That will work. Okay, what? Do we got to keep moving?
Now, the orange barrels in Main Street, you're going to be seeing those for the next year.
Oh, God.
As they're doing construction on the corner of Bowman and Main Street and Amador.
Right near downtown because
it's a nightmare.
They're putting that new compound that the city is paying for, a place that's going to be a restaurant and a bar and an activity area. So
the Amador
Amadors are actually there, but the stuff next to the Amador Museum, they had to stop one lane of road because, I don't know, they can't keep their tractors confined to where they're pushing things around.
There's only 2 lanes as it is.
And it's that weird end where you swirl around town.
So it's going to be like that for an entire year, which is going to mess up people who want to come downtown for the farmers and crafts market.
But what's good about this is many people around this town do not know about where downtown is, so they're never going to experience this.
Well, the rest of us who do.
Oh, yes. We know the secrets.
A lot of people work downtown.
What are the secrets?
I tell you, but it's a secret.
And pretty soon they're going to make it 2-way, which according to a council person I talked to said many of the studies around the country has shown that it quiets the traffic down better. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. The traffic's pretty good the way it was. Is. But anyway,
the good thing about the way it is now is when you're crossing the street, you only have to look one way. Hopefully the right way.
Hopefully you look the right way. In a regular place, it would only be like this for about 2.5 months, but because it's Las Cruces, it's going to be a year. Yeah.
Well, it gets hot here.
Well, they say a year, which means 1.5 years, really.
Oh, don't worry. Every minute. El Paso is suffering equal pain all over the place.
There's say 10 down there.
The good thing we have to compare ourselves to El Paso, our closest city, they're worse.
There are. Well, they've got a bigger project.
Yes, it's a really big project.
Now,
Yes.
I went to the High Desert Brewery.
No, you didn't.
And they had a special of the day, which
Yes.
was you got a bowl of clam chowder and a grilled cheese sandwich for $5. Now, that sounded like a pretty good deal.
It does sound like
I
good.
ordered that. And they said, oh, what kind of bread would you like? I have a choice of 3 or 4 different kinds of bread.
Oh, isn't it good?
I selected whole wheat. Wheat bread. Okay, very good. The meal comes out. They place it down before me. There's not wheat bread there. She says, oh, they're out of wheat bread. Here, you get this bread.
What bread was it?
Just
White?
Texas toast or something. Some
That's
kind
white.
of bread.
That's white, isn't it?
Some kind of bread I would never order.
What about rye? Do they have rye?
Yeah, they did have it. But they didn't bother
They
to come
didn't
out and
ask
tell
you.
me, sorry, the bread you wanted is not available. Would you like a different kind of bread? They didn't give me that option.
Wouldn't that be nice?
So
You're pissed at them now.
I ate it. It was
And-
good, but it's not the kind of bread I like to eat.
You know, you're looking thinner today.
I ate the whole
You're looking
thing.
thinner. This week is just...
Next time I went back,
Oh, no.
I was just having a beer, and she says, oh, would you like to see a menu? I said, no, I
What-
wouldn't.
what
Not-
good is it?
Not after my experience last time I was here.
Oh.
And I told somebody what happened.
Yeah?
Right there. Yeah, I ordered this, I ordered that. I didn't get what I wanted, and they brought out the wrong kind of
You
bread.
could have sent it back. You could have sent it
I
back
know, I
if
could-
you wanted to
I-
wait.
I could have.
How was the
But-
clam chowder? Yes?
No, here's this. Let me get
Yes.
to this.
It's more,
So then the
target.
next time I go back,
Is it 3 times a
I'm
week?
sitting there having a beer, I'm talking, and the guy, a new employee who's working there, comes up to me and says, you know, you shouldn't have said that out in the open where the customers can hear you complaining about
Was he an employee?
Yes, he's a new employee.
He said you shouldn't...
Yeah, he was rude enough to tell me that. I said, well, you served me in front of everybody.
Well, you know what they say on the Blues Channel? If you like what you see here, tell everybody. If you don't like, don't tell anybody.
Telling everybody.
Yeah. You
And
gotta warn
and
people.
I wasn't going to say anything at all, but since he was rude enough to do that,
It's on TV now.
now I'm telling everybody.
But my question is how was a clam chowder?
was
Clam
good.
chowder
Wasn't bad.
is a hard thing to do. You know, there's a lot of picadillos that occur all day long.
So?
I walked out of a Target without buying body soap. Can you tell? And because
They didn't have what you wanted?
no, it was marked weirdly. They put the wrong signs on it, and I'm thinking I can't just keep going back to the scanner. So I waited, and I went to the anathema of good liberals, which would be Walmart. 30 seconds. Oh, okay. Let's keep going.
So, hey, we've got 2 plays opening, or still running this week.
Let me just say, as a plug, Black Box Theater is out of Sterno. Doesn't mean you're run out of Sterno. It's a town.
What's the name of
It was great. It was one of the best plays I have seen in a long time. So
And-
go to Out of Sterno,
And we also have Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf,
which neither of us has seen
the final
this
week-
time.
The final weekend at the Las Cruces Community Theater.
And
And also, this is Super Bowl Sunday. That's what $1 million looks like. Cy Crest gave $1 million to the journalism department at NMSU, of which I was a major.
he lived in quiet deprivation in Deming. Everybody who lives in Deming is quiet
But he had
deprivation.
a spare $1 million.
Did you know Super Bowl was this weekend?
Yes,
you should
Mike.
because you had clam chowder.
Who are you rooting for, Michael?
The team, well, I guess the Patriots.
No.
No, I'm
'Cause they
rooting
call
for the
themselves
other
Patriots.
one.
I've got to root for the Falcons.
Really? Because they're the Falcons? Why?
Oh, because the Patriots have won the Super Bowl 4 times in the last 10
Yes, but
years.
they can make a world record
Well-
of winning more than anything else.
Well, they're going to have to kick the Falcons' ass to do it, and I want the Falcons to win.
We will see next week when we come back to you on Double Talk. If you have ideas for drinks, call them in. Thank you, Violet and Ron Cauthons.
Now
It's a great drink.
I'm coming over to your house for the Super Bowl party, right?
Yeah, sure, because we love.
I know how you love your sports.
What is that? Baseball or hockey?